Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the final part in this little Critters marathon. And I review Critters 4. They're invading your space. Now this is directed by Rupert Harvey. The first and last time he directed. He was a producer on the other Critters films. And one thing that was always weird when people complain about this movie, that it took place in space, and I'm like, well, they were in space in the first scene of the first movie. That'd be like complaining if a Predator movie was in space. Because they're an alien. Same with these, they're aliens. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you complaining? So no, it's not like Leprechaun 4 or Hellraiser 4. So what are people smoking when they say that? I don't get it. It's like they forget that. And I like the idea. I like the idea of them being on a space station. I like the idea of them being on a spaceship. Sadly, I think this one suffers from a low budget. Critters 3 and 4 were made back to back. 2-for-1 special. 2 pieces of biscuit. I think though Critters 3 got more of that budget and this got less. So it wasn't 50-50. It was probably more like 70-30. The reason I say that is, okay, the plot, the Critters 3 ended on a cliffhanger. Something crashes in the base, crashes in this area. Don Opper's Charlie returns, and he's wondering what the hell's going on. He's told to put these eggs in the ship. He does. It's the last 2 remaining Critters eggs. But something happens. He gets caught in there, and he's drifted off to space for over 50 years, kind of like Ripley and Aliens. And then later on, the thing he's in is picked up by this spaceship. And the spaceship has a crew of about 5 people. You have this douchebag captain. You have this other guy, you can tell he's a little bit of a drug addict. You have Brad Dourif, who I definitely enjoy as Albert. You have Angela Bassett, this is before What's Love Got to Do with It and other movies came about. And then this guy, Paul Whithorn, which sadly he never acted again. And sadly, he's not mentioned on the features, the commentary, and it sucks because he did fine. I liked him. I thought he was natural. I thought he did perfectly fine in his role. Yeah, they don't have much written for his character, but you say that for almost anybody in the Critters films. I thought he wasn't annoying, he wasn't irritating, he was just natural. Yeah, I mean, I would have been, if I had the power, I would make Brad Dourif the lead and change the fate of his character. But I don't think this guy did a bad job at all. I would take him over fucking Joel Kinnaman or a lot of these fucking guys that get work nowadays. But the asshole douchebag captain, this pod doesn't belong to them that they picked up. He thinks there's going to be money, treasure, something to sell for a shitload of money. He opens it. Don Opper comes out and he's like, "You're it? That's all that was in there?" The asshole goes in. The 2 baby critters kills him in a pretty grisly way. One of the grisliest deaths in any of the Critters movies. Because there's a critter trying to go in the guy's mouth, and you see a POV like biting the inside of his mouth. Like, ooh. And this one is a bit more serious, a bit more darker. I kind of appreciated that. Kind of liked that idea. In fact, I wish they had gone further. Just do an R-rated film. But, you know, it is what it is. And so Charlie meets up with this guy, and then ultimately they meet up with the others. And one that leads to another, they're on the space station, trying to wait for Terrence Mann's character of Ugg, who was the bounty hunter in the previous films, to come by. And I like this film for a number of reasons. I like the cast. I thought Angela Bassett was strong, considering so many people, oh, there's no strong females. She's a strong female. Brad Dourif, I thought he was enjoyable. I don't care for his fate in the movie, but in a way it's a better fate than, or it's a better way of doing it than Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. Although I like Graveyard Shift a lot more than this movie. But if you think about like what happened to his character in that movie is a bit worse than in this one. But Graveyard Shift I liked a lot more than this. I reviewed that a couple times on the channel for various reasons. I just love that movie. It's a childhood favorite. But this one, I don't think it's that bad of a film. Like I said, I like the cast. I thought the score by Peter Manning Robinson did fine, especially the opening, which I thought had sort of a subtle, little bit of a creepy, not momentum, but it was fine. I like the cast. I like little details, like you have this female voice of the ship, kind of like Aliens did. More like Alien. Aliens didn't really do that. More like the first Alien, Mother. But this was another female computer voice. But she only did stuff that you told her not to do. So if you're like, do not open the door, then they'll open the door. I like that little detail. They made Ugg, the Terrence Mann's character, to a bad guy. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, wait a minute, he was a good guy in the other films, and now he's a bad guy, and the only explanation is things change. Granted, it's been over 50 years, but still, it's like, I don't know, really? And they go into it, something about they wanted this to be the final one, so it gives a sense of finality to it, and something for Don Opper's character to play off against. But I don't know if he really needed it. But even the David Chow, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. He even says, who knows, if they did a Critters 5, maybe they could say it was just the evil clone of Ugg. Maybe it was the evil clone. Which, honestly, if they did that, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing this series did, so it would actually kind of fit with the weirdness of the other movies. I mean, bounty hunters that could shapeshift and all, these killer hedgehog porcupine type things. Cloning would not be the weirdest thing. The reason I keep hesitating because the biggest problem is the Kyoto brothers said it best in the making of. It's Critters Light. For most of the film, it's only 2 critters. And when people go see a Critters film, even a direct-to-video film, you need more than that, man. Yeah, no, technically there's more because there's a scene where you find out the space station, they're doing these experiments, and there's a lab, and many of them grow, and they attack these 2 guards, which are pretty much a couple guards. They're killed off screen, which sucks. We'd rather seen that on screen. But even this film had a lot more than 2. And that's what I mean. I think this got more of that 2-for-1 deal of the budget than this one. So it wasn't really 50-50. It was more like 70-30 or 80-20. And 2 critters. It's called Critters 4. Like I said, I think he was hampered by the budget. If you had the budget of Critters 2, and you make it on a space station, and they're attacking out of the woodwork, and I don't mind this guy, but make Brad Dourif the lead, I think you could have had like a, I don't want to say cult classic, but definitely a film that more people would mention. Like, yeah, it's Critters 4, but it's a pretty fun movie. As it is, yeah, I like the cast. Don Opper, I like that he has a bit more to do. There's a little bit more for his character to actually do. Because in 3, he pops up at the beginning, then he pops up at the end. In 2, he's pretty much just following along the bounty hunters, and then flies his ship into the critter ball at the end. Here, he seems a little bit more active, which I appreciate. There's a couple moments I enjoy, like when this guy freezes a critter And it's like, chill out, asshole. Yeah, it's an obvious line, but I think it's a fun line. And you know, if somehow Paul Whitmore, somehow if he sees this, I don't know how, because he just disappeared. I don't think he did that bad of a job, man. And yeah, I can watch it. Again, I'm playing on the TV as I'm doing other stuff. This and 3 do not go up to the level of the first two, but like I said, I've seen so much worse movies. I've seen so much worse films that I'm fine. I was fine with Critters 4. It is a shame they didn't have the money to do what they should have and could have done. And if people hate the films, I can't defend them. I'll defend. I'll look at my posters. I'll defend Leviathan with Peter Weller. I'll defend Hard Target. I'll defend Cobra. I'll defend Golden Child. I'll defend Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. I'll defend. Well, a lot of people like Jacob's Ladder, but I'll still defend that. But you know, it's hard to defend these movies. But I'm entertained with them, as the cheap direct-to-video movies they are, and to me, they're a lot better than some of the garbage I see lately with horror movies or monster movies. Yeah, Brad Dourif would have been fun if he was the lead, and just more critter terror is the best way to put it. That's the biggest drawback of the movie. Anyway, not much more I can say other than that. Thanks for watching. Take care. Oh, actually, another thing that you tell with the cheapness of the budget, I haven't seen a movie called Android that Don Opper, who plays Charlie in these movies, he starred in before Critters movies. And I haven't seen the movie. I know my friend Mike OCP did, and he called it a piece of shit. Apparently, a lot of some of the spaceship stuff, like wide shots, were stolen from that movie to put into this. I haven't seen that movie, so I can't confirm, but if you've seen Android and you've seen this, you can confirm or deny it to me. But that's what it says on IMDb and other bits of trivia. And also, I know there's a few spaceship shots stolen from Critters 2. Like the very final shot of this movie, where the ship like goes towards camera and then goes away. I remember that exact thing from Critters 2. When it's near the beginning and they start their travel back to Earth. I'm like, I recognize that. You're not fooling me. So again, you tell the limitations of the budget. It's just a shame that they had to go. They had to do the dirty deeds done dirt cheap. You wish they had that budget apiece, and maybe yeah, I liked them, but it would have just gone up. But you know, it is what it is. When you make a 2-for-1, there's going to be drawbacks. But I can't say I hate these movies. I can't. Others can, and I can't blame them, but I can't. I'm still entertained by them. But thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.